D&D, D&D.
When last we gathered, our party finished up an odd job with the assistance of Xander. He had a quite delectable meal, and instead of taking the long way to get back to the city, Diablos was asked for a little bit of assistance in the matter, to which he was a little annoyed because his conversation with his dear friend Galen had been interrupted again. But he warped them back to the city nonetheless. Afterwards, they were all collectively informed about some underground, undiscovered, if you will, political issues going on involving a central area of land within the city that has been unclaimed. They've also learned more information about the other districts that they haven't been to since they've gotten to the city. Amidst all of that, the group learned that Francesca's mother isn't as annoying as she was initially perceived to be, even though she, as per Zell's description, is a bitch. After the large dump of information upon the party involving their next steps, Yashua took a moment to step outside for a moment, get some air, and clear his head. And Francesca noticed this and followed behind him to offer an ear and a bit of wisdom, to which it did its job and helped Yashua understand that everything isn't always about taking orders, and when it comes to having a bit of freedom on your hands, you take it and you run with it. Once the two went back inside, Henry took the time to pass some drinks around and help everyone relax and take a load off, because it has been a very, very long time since the collective party has actually had a moment to just relax and take it easy, albeit even for a few hours. And just as our previous story, was coming to an end, Osiris was seen approaching Dreyva and having her follow her into Francesca's office, not truly knowing what was about to take place. And it is there that our story will resume. You, girl, what are you? I don't. What are you talking about? I'm a person. Do I look different to you or something like that? Do not take me for a fool. I can see all too clearly what you actually are, seeing as no other typical person, since that's what you wish to claim yourself to be, has skin similar in appearance to mine, though I am a construct and you are naturally born. No average person looks the way that you do. So I ask you again, what are you? I don't feel very comfortable answering that question, since you're going to say it to me in such an aggressive manner. I understand that or specifically, Yashua and the rest are trying to give you a second chance at having a life, I suppose. That doesn't necessarily give you the opportunity to just talk to me any old kind of way. So I'd very much appreciate it if you would back off. Okay.
An interesting exchange between the two lads.
So it seems to me that you aren't going to make this easy in any capacity, are you? So instead of doing this the diplomatic way, as you people like to use that word, I am instead going to force the answer that I want. However, I'm going to ensure that this goes my way and that nothing interferes with this.
Oh,
And as she says that, Osiris raises her left arm and she draws a circle in the air. And before long, a strange runic symbol appears on the door that she closed behind her, seemingly barring Dreyva's exit and, potentially, anyone else's entry. And as she does that, this is still Osiris, she begins to approach Dreyva, who, as a response, progressively maneuvers around her, and Osiris removes one of her gloves and takes but a single finger, as her nails appear to be quite sharp,
yikes.
and she slashes her arm and exposes it right before Dreyva. Dreyva, who, upon seeing this, is doing her very best to avoid looking at her arm and making eye contact with Osiris.
Uh, can I roll to see if I pick up or detect a spell going off? Because I'm just here just vibing, having a drink.
Well, you don't have anything that lets you specifically sense magic, but
Oh, I just thought the
be-
proto material will let me do something like that.
no, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Since you now have a newfound aptitude for magic, you can roll intelligence and wisdom to see if you sense anything out of the ordinary. And as you roll that, I roll my own dice.
So wisdom and intelligence?
Uh, Intelligence and investigation.
Oh, okay. Intelligence and investigation.
Okay. Are you serious?
One.
No. I rolled the same thing you got.
Oh, all right. I'll re-roll then.
No, hold on. We're gonna do this the same way I did last time. So I'm gonna roll my d6. If I get a 3 or below, I lose. If it's 4 through 6, you win.
Okay.
I mean, you lose. I rolled a 6.
Okay.
Alright, so
I don't pick up anything.
Well,
Or like I just pick up something, I just shrug it off.
yeah, let's go with that. You feel a little something in the air, but you don't pay any mind to it. Okay, so after that happens, Osiris begins to get progressively closer and closer to Dreyva, as she's not really giving her an out in the situation, as she conjures up her now trademark black fire and smoke and begins to circle it around the room,
I hope a fire alarm doesn't go off in there.
increasingly restricting Dreyva's range of movement, if you will.
Mm.
And as Osiris gets closer and closer, she says to Dreyva, "Why do you reject that which you truly are? Are you ashamed? Are you suffering some banal form of despair that you aren't entirely human? Are you so bothered by the curse that has afflicted you, that has caused you to adopt, or rather, become a Night Stalker?" Oh, no, 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 wait, I am sorry. They call Night Stalkers these days vampires. Is that correct? And Dreyva is beginning to become more and more bothered by the words that come out of Osiris's mouth. As the next thing she says is, "How do you and why do you know this? And why are you pestering me with this? What what's your damage? What's your end goal here?" And Osiris says in response, "I have no goal," is what I would say. But given that you and yours have this annoying manner of believing in oneself and giving people second chances and being open and honest with each other, based on how you're acting, it's painfully obvious to assume that they don't know, do they? And with that being the case, why don't they know? So I ask you again, are you ashamed? Are you afflicted? What is the reason for this dishonesty that you tell others to practice, but you yourself choose not? And once Osiris finishes with what she's saying, Dreyva is going to look around the room, desperate for an out in the situation, only to realize that the only way out is the door that Osiris has casted her spell upon. And so Dreyva chooses to answer Osiris and say to her that I only told one of them, who is no longer with us, and, well, it was, in a sense, dragged out of me, though, granted, not like this, but, yes, you're right, I am ashamed of what I am, and what I happen to have become, because I decided to be a little too curious and read some information that I wasn't supposed to read. And the reason I don't go around telling people is because the last time that I did, everyone and everything within a citywide radius was trying to kill me. Therefore, some things are just meant to be kept a secret. And some secrets don't need to be known to any but the beholder. And I suppose that because you're this oh so great divine being, curses and other life altering things don't really slip past you, do they? And so now, I'm going to ask you again, what is your goal and why are you singling me out? Uh, it's simple, really. If I am to learn about the ways of this world and how you people conduct yourselves, it's only fitting that I choose to learn from someone who does a very good job of conducting themselves as a human. Isn't that right? And at,
Mm-hmm.
and at this
Can't argue with
point,
that.
Dreyva is becoming increasingly frustrated with Osiris as she is struggling to come to grips that she's just doing this for the reason that she gives, and it seems like Osiris is doing this for her own amusement. Whatever the case may be, with how with how angry Dreyva is becoming, her focus is beginning to falter and wane a bit. And one side of her mind is telling her to reach for her weapon and solve this one of the only ways she knows how. The other, more rational side of her is saying to figure out a way to talk this down so that way things don't necessarily need to become violent. Though, as Dreyva is taking the time to think about this, Osiris is once again proceeding in her general direction, and as Dreyva does her best to loop around her, because of her constant suppression of her vampiric tendencies, she did happen to sneak a glance at Osiris's bleeding arm, and for a very brief moment felt something within her tell her to just lunge after it and take what is being offered to her. But she resisted said urge, and at this point, her back is now facing towards the door, and she is trying to think of a method to dispel the spell and make a pretty daring and dashing escape.
So when she's like up against the door, is she making like a thudding sound against the door?
Yeah.
Like it's the spell soundproof?
The spell is not soundproof, and she does thud against the door.
Do I have to roll to hear it?
You can if you want to. You can roll perception. Ooh, okay. You hear that.
The fuck? I get up and I look around and I'm like, where did that come from? And then I start looking at the door. Is there like something that's is there like something that I noticed that there's a spell on it, or it's just the door is just locked?
From the side of the door that you're on, it appears to be locked, but looking under the door, you can see a few speckles of light coming from the bottom of said door.
Oh, I'm gonna go investigate this.
Okay.
I haven't seen anyone get in here since I was busy drinking. So I just knock on the door
You knock
and
on the
ask if anyone's in there.
you knock on the door, and Dreyva immediately responds without breaking too much of her concentration on Osiris. She responds with Yashua. Osiris is acting very, very strange, and I don't like where this may or may not be going.
I'm gonna tear the door out. Strength roll.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
So can I
Yep.
help with the strength roll, both of us?
I think
Uh,
I got it.
you can try, but keep in mind that there is a spell on the other side of that door.
Can I tap into my demonic power if I get a good roll?
Let's think about it.
Okay, I'll strength roll that.
Eesh.
Okay, so I strength roll to try to forcefully open the door, but I can't.
No, we're not gonna say you can't. Let's say that if you give the door another hard pull, it will come off the hinges.
Is that both of us? Roll
Yes.
again?
Yes.
Oof.
I just say fucking door and just pull harder.
Okay. So, the door does indeed come off the hinges, but as you approach or try to approach through the door, you are blocked by a barrier. And you can see through this barrier though. But on the other side, you see Dreyva looking pretty panicked, and she is frantically describing the situation to her. But the more that she talks, you gradually begin to notice that her teeth are different. They don't look as normal as they do when she's just having conversation with you all. Additionally, you see Osiris's bleeding arm as she's ominously holding it out towards Dreyva. As she again proceeds to approach her, but this time she dispels her small wall of fire that she used to restrict her movement.
Okay, so I'm just shouting at them saying like, "What the hell are you two doing?"
And as Dreva is about to tell you exactly what is happening, before long, you see Osiris damn near blink out of existence, rushes towards Dreva, and pins her to the ground. You then see Osiris look you dead in the eye as she forces Dreva's mouth open, holds her arm above her mouth, and Osiris says, I'm only showing you what she really is, and granting her the freedom that she so desperately desires from this vampirism that she has been afflicted with.
Vampirism? What are you? I say this, and then I look at Dreyva, and it just clicks.
And as you finally put two and two together, when Osiris's blood reaches Dreyva's mouth, and she has no choice but to swallow it, even though she's trying her best to spit it out and reject it, it's almost as if Osiris has control over her own blood flow and makes it so that she can't. And Osiris gets off of Dreyva, seals the wound, her self-inflicted wound, upon her arm, and Dreyva for a moment seemingly goes limp. And then she twitches for a moment, immediately springs to her feet. Her eyes are glowing, her fangs are fully extended, her nails have been sharpened, and she is gripping her staff with an all too death sentence-like glare, as she is now in a berserker-type state.
Fight.
Damn it, Osiris! I start shooting at the barrier.
Henry tears a page out of Diablo's book.
How much damage do I have to do to break the barrier?
Let's say 1,000. And as you tear the page out, even though Diablos is pretty much in the other room, he immediately goes, Okay, what is going on? You don't normally do that.
Trouble. Extreme trouble. I need this barrier shattered. Henry pulls out the caliber and puts the page onto the sword.
Consider it done.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh!
And then I slash the...
I don't think you need to do that since...
Okay.
He's completely deleted the barrier.
Okay, so
We both deleted that barrier.
Yashua, you broke through the barrier, and it makes a glass shattering type of sound. And as it breaks, Henry, you swing Calibold upon upon the broken shards of barrier glass, and they make contact with Dreyva, who staggers backwards just a bit, as Osiris summons a weapon of her own and uses that to push Dreyva back towards you all. And after she does that, she uses that black smoke of hers to pull the three of you, including Igni, into the room and then seals it off. As she casts that spell, you hear her say, "That way we will no longer have any more interruptions."
Henry says to Yashua, I got the bird.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do with Dreyva.
Osiris glides to the other side of the room and says, "It is not me that you need to be worried about. It's your friend over there."
What did you do to her?
It's simple, really. Through satisfying the urges that she has been so impressively suppressing all this time, I gave her everything and more she could have asked for. And once this frenzy-like state subsides, she won't have to deal with her vampiristic urges any longer. The only drawback is that she is now incredibly aggressive as she is in a blood frenzy type state.
Yashua just like tisks at annoyance at Osiris.
Henry is just complete rage mode right now. So he just rushes straight at her with a level 2 air crash.
Are you rushing at Dreyva or Osiris?
Osiris.
Okay.
Put her into the wall.
Damn, okay.
Okay. I'm gonna do this. So she does not try to move out of the way, and you indeed crash right into her and pin her against the wall.
Second eyes start glowing red on Henry from pure rage.
Osiris also does not have a hint of remorse in her face or her voice.
Okay.
Henry just says, "You want to see a monster? I'll show you a monster."
In response to that, she says, "The closest thing to a monster in here most certainly isn't you."
Yashua just says this before putting all of his attention at Dreyva. I'll have a word with you after this.
You can have whatever words you wish. I only did what was necessary.
Okay, so what can we do to calm her down?
Let's cover her blood.
You can do one of three things. You can get through to her with your words via rolling persuasion and charisma rolls.
Oh god.
You can reduce her health to half, or you can just flat out KO her.
Feeding her won't calm her down?
Say that again?
Feeding her won't calm her down?
It will make her more aggressive.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Alright, I'm gonna try to persuade her through words. Because I really don't want to beat her up. Because I hit a little too hard. So I need to do charisma and...
Persuasion.
Alright. Charisma and persuasion.
What are you going to tell her?
Okay, so I have my hands up, right? And like you see my weapons on my hands, right? And I just dematerialize them. I unequip myself and like I'm trying to like slowly walk up to her to show her that I'm no threat to her.
Alright. You roll. Okay, you beat my rolls. So, we're going to say that with your gesture of non-combativeness, her left eye twitches just a bit, but she still has her weapon poised and ready to attack you.
I'll take as many hits as I need to.
Okay. So after doing that, she is going to lunge towards you with the bladed area of her staff in your direction, and she is going to swing said weapon towards you, but she is going to fake you out and grab you by your jacket collar, as she looks to be very, very willing to inflict some degree of pain to satisfy her reawakened urges.
I'll just say this to her. Listen, I'll take all the hits you want to inflict, if that makes you feel better.
Let's say that instead of verbally responding, she lifts you up by your jacket, flings you to the opposite side of the room, but not before using her free hand to claw your hand, get a few drops of blood on them, and lick them off.
Do I impact the wall?
You do not impact the wall.
Okay. Phew. I look at my hand and I see like the scratch marks on it.
They're not too
Stings
deep, just enough to draw blood.
Can I persuade her from here?
Yeah, you can try.
Let's go with my 1 charisma roll.
Oh god, you do have 1 charisma.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
And persuaded. Right, it's persuasion. Oh god, my persuasion is a 1 too. Oh!
Uh-oh.
I knew this was gonna happen!
Well, I'm not
Are you
going to
just-
roll against your persuasion since you got a nat 1, but I will roll against your charisma.
I like imagine you trying to convince her, but you're trying to say something meaningful, but you bite your tongue.
Even that, I say something about we're all your friends here. She just gets pissed off because she doesn't like that word.
Okay, so let's say that you try to say, come on, we're all friends here, but you stumble over your words just a bit. Enough so that she instead changes her direction of approaching Yashua. Now she's standing adjacent of you and glaring knives and daggers at you.
Damn.
That's perfect.
No, it's not, cause
Oh, this is
You are-
perfect. Remember, option 3 is knock her out. She's right beside the wall.
I'm not gonna knock her out.
Henry says to Joshua, you don't need to do anything. And level 3 air crusher into the wall.
Okay, so you collide right into her. You're now pinning Dreyva against the wall as you impacted her hard enough to where the sudden shock causes her to drop her staff, and with her now empty hands, she is trying to pry you off of her. However, as she does that, her nails are indeed digging into your skin.
It's okay. That's fine.
And Osiris peels herself off the wall, and she remarks, You people will really do anything for a friend.
Henry just turns back, and the inner demon glow of his eyes are really raging right now at Osiris. While he can't move.
In response to that, she reignites her still flaming blue eye. She made her eye as bright as your eyes.
Good.
During contest. Okay, so you're pinging her against the wall there, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm
My
gonna.
arms clawed up, and I can't move from this position due
Okay,
to the level 3
okay,
of aircraft.
I'm gonna walk from behind you, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna grab your shoulder and just pull you real hard and just throw you against the ceiling. Like, get out of the fucking way.
Okay,
I think I have to roll for that though because he's using his thrusters against her, isn't he?
Can I roll against him?
both of you roll strength save.
Strength save? Okay. Strength save.
Ooh. Okay, so you're not gonna be thrown against the ceiling, but you're gonna be thrown pretty high
lovely.
up off the ground. And because you use level 3 air crash, let's just
Can't
say
move.
that you're also in flight mode.
Nice try, buddy.
Yeah. Anyways, I ain't done. I'm gonna try to like forcefully like how do I do this? I'm just gonna have that cliche anime moment and just forcefully just hug her, but like make sure she doesn't break free though. Like I don't care if she starts scratching my back.
You couldn't do that while I was holding her.
Well, no. I want to feel her, you know? I'm kidding.
Damn. Okay, so you do that, and she is writhing and doing everything she can to try and escape your grasp. And as she does so, she digs her nails into your back, and you can feel the nails just encroaching more and more in there.
Yeah, she's real passionate, all right.
And the next time you look at her, her eyes have gotten even redder, and it looks as if her fangs get any longer, you could remove them and sharpen them into knives.
This gives me an idea. Is it possible to actually remove her fangs?
I'm gonna tell you right now, you're either gonna have to get a damn near perfect roll for that, or you're gonna have to figure out a way to get your hands in her mouth without her biting them off.
Is this when Joshua loses his arm?
This is where I do a strength roll and say, "Wake up, you damn idiot," and I headbutt her.
If you want to do that, go for it.
Originally, I was gonna try to suplex her.
Oh,
Even
Jesus.
if he gets a 1, does she bite him? Right in the forehead?
Maybe not the forehead.
Oh dear.
I want to see her headbutt him and him go flying.
Well, vampires are superhuman. All right.
Flash of strength rolls for headbutts.
I'm gonna do a headbutt. Oh, that was not a good roll. Oh my god.
You guys
We
did
both
nothing!
bounced off each other's heads.
Okay, so let's say that you headbutt each other so hard with the exact same intensity that you both bounce off of each other, letting each other go, but Dreyva also, at the same time, yanks her nails out of your body, and you bounce over towards Osiris. And because of this, you are now currently bleeding. So I'm gonna give you that icon for bleeding.
I don't care if I bleed.
As Osiris is standing and watching this scene unfold before her, she thinks to herself that even in the midst of Dreyva being made to forcefully give in to the beast that lays dormant inside of her, Osiris is quite honestly impressed at the lengths that you all are going to in order to subdue her to prevent her from getting out of this room in the state that she's in. And she gently moves you out of the way while not closing the wound on your back, applies a very minor amount of healing upon you, and she looks at Dreyva, and then she looks to the two of you, and she asks you, and she says, "I'm going to ask a lot of you this one time and one time only. Are you trying to subdue her or render her unable to fight?"
We're trying to subdue her. I don't want to hurt her. Though I don't care if I get hurt in the process.
I don't recall asking if I cared about what happened to you. And after she says
No, you didn't. It just means I'm willing to do anything. You should think a little.
that's the point. I am. And after she says that, she immediately rushes towards Dreyva, who is still against the wall, tackles her, grabs her by her jacket collar, and then restrains her in a full Nelson type manner. And you see Osiris holding her in such a manner to where it's not intending to cause her pain, it's just restricting her ability to move anymore. Do what you will, as this human form of mine will not be able to restrain her for too long.
Okay. Do I have to have a sick roll just to do like those freaking, you know, those karate chops in the back of the neck that just knocks them out, makes them fall asleep?
I'm gonna have you roll sleight of hand for that.
Try and sleight a hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just say this. Dreyva, don't hate me for this.
Ooh.
Okay. So, you give her the good old chop, and when it hits her, You can see her spasm for just a quick second before the light in her eyes begins to grow dim, and then before long after that you see her fangs retract, and she is now unconscious. And as she goes limp at the knees and eventually slumps backwards in Osiris's grasp, you also see her nails retract. The violent tendency that was her primal, almost beast-like state subsides, and before long, as she lay in Osiris' arm before Osiris gently lays her upon the ground, it's the same old Dreyva that you've been traveling with since you left Solace Village.
She's unconscious, or she's back to normal?
She is unconscious and back to normal.
Okay. There's a huge sigh of relief coming out of me.
Henry's still fuming at Osiris and just glaring at her with pure intent of rage.
You can glare at me
Osiris,
all you want, it's not going to change what I did.
why did you engage in such actions?
I believe the answer will not be what you seek, but it's quite normal, honestly. Upon being defeated in battle, which I still am plagued by, ever since I had been among these people, watching them engage in their, albeit fragmented, daily lifestyle, seeing the camaraderie and, I suppose, natural born kindness with each other, and then seeing them further engage in their reclaimed freedom that was brought upon by you and yours, the one thing that irritated me the most was seeing you all practice these acts of freedom and being yourselves, but that one was being the biggest hypocrite I've seen in my entire life. And it irritated me so. And as she says this, she's clenching her right fist, almost in the state of shaking from rage as you see her smoke surround her. How dare someone like that, who has been consistently repressing who she was, fighting against her very being, go around and act as if she's one of the free ones? What sense does it make to reject oneself in such a manner, and then have the audacity to preach freedom and truth? And so,
Yeah.
because it was very clear to me that none of you knew what she really was, I chose to take matters into my own hands, knowing full well what would have happened. And I released her from her own self-binding chains. Because once she comes to, she will still, yes, be a vampire, but she will no longer have to deal with the suppression of herself. She will no longer have to feed. She will no longer have to deal with those, albeit hilarious, weaknesses that vampires have to deal with. And her skin should return to normal, whatever it was before she was turned. Does that answer your question?
I just sigh and just facepalm at her answer, and I'm like, oh my god, you are denser than a brick wall, aren't you?
Henry just says to Yoshua, grab Dreyva for a sec.
Leave leave Osiris alone. It's just I understand her intentions were good. It's just the way she does things says otherwise. Listen, Osiris, I understand what you're trying to do. And even I had my suspicion that she was, well, I didn't know she was a vampire, but I didn't know she wasn't human. You can't fool a sniper's eye. But that's not the point. Point is, I was waiting for her to reveal the truth to us. I wanted her to earn her trust, not force it out of her. These kinds of things come with time and understanding with one another. We barely even know each other.
Henry grabs Dreyva out of Osiris' hands and brings her to the corner.
After you say that, Osiris responds, so I take it you didn't know that she told apparently one of your former comrades who also forced it out of her?
No, I do not. I don't get myself involved in other people's business all that often. I just wait for them to open themselves to me. It's the reason why I'm friendly towards everyone. It's the reason why I try my best to get to know everyone. And it's the reason why I try to help everyone that I can. Because with enough trust, you could build strength.
Trust equals strength to you.
Well, you find that funny, but with our trust, we were able to best you. Think about that for a moment.
I laugh because before I became, or rather, before I reclaimed what I initially was, I shared that same sentiment. And if that sentiment hadn't nearly gotten me killed once, I'd say I'd be looking into a mirror right now. Granted, I am female and you are male, so it doesn't really count.
Yeah, I get the point. I I just wave her off because I'm annoyed with her right now.
I knew full well what my actions was going to bring about,
Clearly, you didn't hesitate.
but with the arduous journey that you all have been taking, would I be remiss to say that it's better me than some other construct bringing the truth to light?
Henry gets up into her face and says, that wasn't your choice to make.
Now. I just put my hand on Henry's shoulders. Just settle down.
No, she's getting too used to her freedom. And Henry just smiles at Yashua.
Don't worry, we'll have Frankie make her clean all the toilets or something. I don't know.
So as you deign to appropriate a punishment for me, let me ask you, would you rather her have, instead of being freed from her urges, become so overwhelmed by these urges that she were to attack you in your sleep, or, based off the bite marks on her own arm, accidentally take her own life? As she says that, she conjures up a small puff of smoke and uses it to lift Dreyva's sleeves, and sure enough, there are self-inflicted bite marks going from her wrist all the way to her forearm on both arms, and they look very recent.
He says, so you have a big enough mouth to talk, but you couldn't tell us this?
No, of course not.
I examine her arms, like I'm feeling all her scars and wounds with, like, my middle finger and index finger.
Henry says to Osiris, next time you see something like this, let everybody know. Don't act.
That was dangerous.
Well, had I deigned things were going to get too out of hand, I would have, albeit not to the liking of you two, resolved the situation on my own, though regardless of what may or may not have happened, I would have told you all anyway. But, seeing as, and this is going to date me, seeing as the methods of my day and age don't particularly seem to be welcomed here socially, as much as it pains me to say and agree to this, I will take your words to heart, as if I have one of those, and keep it in mind.
Henry slaps Osiris when she says she has no heart. And says, if you didn't have a heart, you wouldn't have helped Dreyva like this.
The results. Very
She
forceful, I will say, but I can't blame you for it.
Henry smiles at Osiris. There is good in you.
When you say that, the flame on her eye flickers for a brief moment, and both you and Yashua hear the sound of glass breaking
I broke Osiris.
as she turns to you with a smirk on her face, and she says, "Believe what you will, demon-possessed man."
Demon possessed, man.
Henry says to Osiris, you owe her an apology when she wakes up.
Am I still
No,
bleeding?
I don't think I will apologize. And, yes, you are. When you were before Osiris said what she just said, but After she says, "No, I don't think I will," she snaps her fingers. A little specter of green flame appears in front of you before moving along your back, and your bleed wounds are now gone. And thus, I will remove the bleeding icon.
Like, I don't mind if I'm still bleeding.
Henry looks at Osiris with glowing eyes. I need to learn that trick.
Haven't you learned enough things?
No, never enough.
Yes. I grab Dreyva and I like, give her like a piggyback ride. And I'm like, I'm gonna take her to the hotel so she could sleep or just recover.
No. No, that won't be necessary. Because she is going to wake up any moment now. And as Osiris says that, she
I still have her on my back though.
looks around the room and looking at the things that have been a little disheveled. And then she looks over to where a door used to be. And she snaps both her hands, conjures some more of that smoke that is quickly becoming her trademark, and uses them to repair any and all damages.
Wow, that smoke is convenient. If Frankie came in here, she would have. Oh dear, don't want to imagine.
After you say that, Dreyva begins to stir on your back. Just
Henry
as I
says.
said. Any moment now.
Henry looks at Osiris. We have to teach you empathy.
I think beating her with a dictionary will teach her that, dude.
I don't wish to be taught anything else by you all, if I'm going to be honest with you. Do what you will, I frankly don't care.
Clearly, you did care, as Henry walks away. Back to little Igni in the corner, who's just confused as fuck of what's going on.
Osiris looks at you, she looks at Igni, and Igni flies behind you in fear.
An appropriate response, I muttered to myself.
Henry grabs Igni and brings her up to Osiris.
Oh no!
You see here, this is a giant chicken.
Oh my god.
Osiris, this entire time, has, with the exception of the smirk after being slapped, has maintained her trademark deadpan, lack of care expression. And she is maintaining that look with Igni, but once you call her a giant chicken, her deadpan switches to a frown. And she looks at you and says, I am not a chicken.
Oh, struck a nerve, have we?
No,
I
that is a
asked the
completely
question.
different species of beast.
Oh, so you do have feelings.
No, I'm just telling you that you are factually and scientifically wrong.
Well, that's what you just did for Dreyva. And Henry looks up and smiles.
But that's what she was.
No.
Wait, is this your attempt at a joke?
No.
Yeah, you really need to hang out with humans more often.
I wish you would have killed me.
Oh no. I prefer trust me, there are fates worse than death. You're stuck with us.
This is my fate worse than death.
Yep, especially me. And Henry hugs her.
I
Oh
just gave her a
wait.
smile.
As you hug her, you feel a foreboding sense of doom as darkness begins pouring out of her body.
Oh shit. Look at that.
See, she loves me. And then Henry just quickly backs up.
Right.
With like,
Anyways, I would avoid physical contact with her. I mean, Osiris, yeah, if he bothers you too much, you can incinerate him. I really don't care.
she can't.
Oh, did you say that I
No,
can't?
that was a
You
joke.
have my permission, and like I have a playful smile on my face.
Henry looks at her. See, that's a joke.
Who said I was joking?
You hear Osiris give a very, very small and quiet chuckle.
See, we're breaking through Osiris now.
And so now that Dreyva is, let's say, half awake, she says, "What? Oh, God, it's my head. My back. What happened?
You're back.
Why am I... Put me down."
Glad to have you back, sunshine. You really did a number on me.
What are you talking about?
I put her down gently.
What? Did I do something? And as she says that, she looks at Osiris. And then she summons her staff to her hand from the ground and dashes towards her with the pointed end of it.
Henry
Henry
Henry goes in the way of it and
I
knocks the staff out of the way.
I pull her by the back collar of her shirt or jacket, whatever she's wearing, and I just kind of lift her up. Easy there.
I
Let's not
disarm
get
her and you
hasty.
grab her.
Let's not get too hasty.
Henry goes up to Dreyva's face. Yeah, Batgirl.
You bad girl.
She goes pale in the face after you say that. And the only thing she says is, "So either I did something that shouldn't have happened, or that bitch told you what I was."
A little of both.
It's a little bit of both. You see, and then I explained to her, Osiris kind of forced out your inner demons.
Henry's
We had to put a stop to it, though I tried not to harm you in the process.
I didn't.
I did.
Except you did a real number on me.
Well,
Now,
I
now
suppose.
settle down.
I suppose the bat's out of the cave now.
So, a robot, a demon, and a bat walk into a bar. We're really starting off this joke.
Immediately slap Henry as immediately the word row came out of his mouth. I just
Damn. Alright.
Wait. I need to save myself on that one. I want to catch his hand with the strength save.
That would be dexterity.
A dexterity save? Okay, good. Or just normal dexterity.
Normal dexterity.
you won't be able to catch my hand, but you could most likely just duck under it.
You attempt to duck under his hand, but you move just a little too slow as you catch a mean slap to the face.
For sure, Osiris is laughing behind our asses.
Let's roll for that. You hear a slight snicker from her, as you've come to realize that she is very easily amused by violence.
Henry turns around from the slap and looks at Osiris. Apologize now.
I believe I
slowly
said that I wasn't going to do that.
You are going to do that.
I don't see any particular reason to.
It makes everything good again.
Good
Dreyva, I don't
for
have to hold you for very long, do I? Because I don't want you attacking her.
good for her or good for you just because you want me to?
Good for all of us. You're a friend after all.
Do not. We are not.
Yes, we are, Miss Chicken.
I'm going to kill you in your sleep.
You should have let Dreyva do that.
Unhand her so I can do this. Well, so I can say what I'm going to say. And move out of the way.
Henry moves back to Iggy.
I
Smiling.
slowly, I slowly set her down, and I just fix her shirt because it could have ripped or get wrinkled. And I'm like, there we go. And I just shove her in front of Osiris.
And now we're both,
Behold,
me and Joshua are looking at them very intently with giant smiles.
So, now that you have been freed from that which has afflicted you for so long,
forcefully.
silence. I take it now that you feel much lighter and less despair-ridden. Is that correct? And Dreyva, she doesn't want to agree, but Osiris is 100% right. So she mutters something under her breath, and Osiris takes that as her agreeing. Whatever you want to choose to accept or not, you cannot deny that with how immense your current desire that you were suppressing were, is it not true that had you gone a moment longer looking at any creature in this building, that you would have lunged at them? And Dreyva flinches. She flinches very hard after Osiris saying that to her, and she reluctantly agrees. In addition to that, is it also not true that had you succumb to the terror within you, that you would have felt such immeasurable guilt that you would have found any and all excuse to break away from the party to deal with your own problem? And Dreyva begins to shout and say that's not true, but Osiris stops her and says, you, and this goes for the rest of you, none of you can lie to me, as one of my many gifts as a construct of a divine being is the ability to see any and all truth, regardless of who or what tries to hide them from me. So again, I ask you, is it not true? And Dreyva brings her head down and nods in reluctant agreement. So, explain to me why you chose not to inform your comrades of the despair that afflicted you, so that they may or may not assist you.
Henry walks up and says, "Not now. You're overstepping your boundaries now, Osiris."
And Dreyva, she cuts you off and she says, no. She's not, because she's right. About everything. Yashua, I should have told you when I told Mel, but one day, a few years prior, I read a tome that I, against my better judgment, should have left alone, that I didn't realize until it was too late that it was cursed. And since then, I had been looking for a method to rid myself of this curse, and I told myself, had I, for whatever reason, were to lunge out against an innocent person and give in to my urges, that I would have disposed of myself. Because no one should have to deal with the fear and the innumerous levels of discomfort that they would have suffered through because of my actions. As for why the other reason I kept it secret for so long was because I didn't deem it as an important issue that needed to be addressed, as we had a much bigger threat on our hands at the time, being the cult and our main objective, after all.
While she's saying this, Henry's talking to Diablo in his head. Did you know she was a vampire?
Oh yeah.
I immediately flick Dreyva in the forehead after she said that.
Oh
We'll
yeah.
always
Okay.
make time for you.
Hold
Wait,
on.
wait, Diablo knew she was a vampire?
Yep.
I've known the entire time. Even before we made our little deal.
Was this one of your curses?
Nope.
Who
What
is
do you
it?
like? I'm a demon, not a vampire. Get your shit right.
So how do we get rid of that curse?
Well, you don't have to, because little Miss Phoenix over there already fixed it.
So it's not a curse anymore. She has full control of herself. That's what you're telling me?
Yep. The fangs in the eyes, those aren't going away, but she doesn't have to do the whole feeding thing anymore.
So the fun stuff she doesn't get to do anymore?
It's not that she doesn't get to do it, she doesn't have to do it.
Am I going to grow teeth?
No.
Yep.
So, like I was saying, she doesn't have to do the feeding thing. Her skin isn't going to start peeling and burning itself off under running water. She doesn't have to be nervous around specific types of silver anymore. And she doesn't have to fear wooden stakes anymore. Does that
The
answer your
hell?
question?
Henry's like, she was scared of sticks?
Can I hear this? Because I'm right, like, close to him.
Hear it. Conversation.
Remember, because you were mentally there when Henry and Diablos made their pact with each other,
Mhm.
if you are close enough and Henry is having mental conversation with Diablos, you do hear it.
Uh-huh.
But you have to be
But-
within, I believe I said 10 feet of Henry.
I think he's 10 feet, exactly.
I mean, all
Yeah.
of you are pretty huddled together, so the distance really isn't mattering in this moment.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
So you can understand the whole process of Dreyva, too. So
Yeah, so when certain types of stakes are made with certain types of wood, and they are blessed by a very specific type of holy magic, if it pierces the skin, a vampire will become paralyzed. If it pierces the heart, they immediately die because of the holy energy infusing with their natural blood flow. Yada yada yada, magic mumbo jumbo. She's done so. She's dead. She's not coming back from that.
and now she's immune to that?
Yep.
That explains the chest plate she's always wearing.
Yep. I was waiting for. Well, then again, not every two knew, but I was hoping someone was going to take notice that she only wore a chest plate, even though it looked very out of place and unfashionable.
Dude, I'm not from this world. I don't know what the fashion sense is in this world.
I mean, she isn't either.
Hey, but she's been here longer than I have.
Fair point.
Henry's just like, since when are you talking to him in my head? This is personal time.
I sometimes forget how an idiot you are sometimes, Henry. But yeah, back to that, I flick Dreyva in the forehead.
Yeah,
I
I
explained
had
to
that
her-
one coming.
We always will make the time for you or anyone else that needs it.
Yeah.
Besides,
I was kind of a dumbass for not relaying this information.
I find those fangs, those vampiric eyes, I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty cute.
So, I appreciate the compliment, but, nah.
Well,
I find them to be nice, since they remind me of a very charming species where I'm from. They're also vampiric, except they don't share those fantasy weaknesses.
Henry grabs Dreyva's hand and says, so we're the cursed group, aren't we? And smiles at her.
First group.
Can we come up with a different name for that?
Yes, you can. And he's just smiling at Dreyva.
So like, I grab her hand, right, and like I hold her hand with both my hands, and I ask her a very important question. So I'm curious about something. Do like different blood types have different flavors?
Yasha and Henry are just holding her
I'm like
hands.
so interested in her now.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, how would my blood type taste to you? How would Henry taste to you? Oh, the possibilities.
Henry walks over to Yasha, flicks his head. That is too far. But
Well, for you, Yashua, given that you can, like, turn into a machine? Well,
Machine,
not a
please
machine.
don't.
Not a machine. My mistake.
robot.
I
Given that
punch him in the nose this time.
you can take your actual physical state, I have no idea, and I don't want to find out either.
I will. Henry bites Yasha's arm.
Wait, you bite me? You
Just
mother-
punch me in the nose.
I didn't roll for it.
Doesn't matter.
I didn't roll for like I didn't punch you. I was going to, but I stopped myself.
No. I'm biting you.
So where are you biting me?
Your arm.
Okay. Since he's biting me, I'm gonna uppercut him.
Oh god.
There's a very specific way you need to break the skin in order to draw blood from a person, and no, I'm not going to tell you how to do that.
He's just watching Yashua and Henry fighting each other.
I'm not fighting you. I'm just uppercutting you. We're not brawling. You bit me. I retaliated.
As for Osiris, hers had this strange wine mixed with smoke taste to it, and I can't say that I didn't like it.
Wine. Smoked wine?
Taste of fermented chicken.
I try. Yashua tries his best to hold his laughter in.
Charisma save.
Charisma save me.
Yep.
Oh damn it. No, I'm gonna fail this. When it comes to charisma saves, I always fail them.
Okay, we'll say that you stifle the laugh.
I just go like, right.
And in response to that, Osiris is... she's gonna side-eye you with her blue flaming eye. As she turns to look at Dreyva, and she has this very unusual and significantly out of character, almost motherly-like glance at her. And she says, well, no, she repeats herself. I only did what was necessary. After saying that, her... You don't see it, but her hand twitches for a moment as her expression returns to normal. And then, after that, you hear footsteps again begin to approach as Osiris dispels the little barrier that was on the wall. And the closer the footsteps get, you can tell that they are quite metallic. as you hear a familiar booming voice, accompanied by a partially gruff voice, accompanied by the clacking of heels. As Zero opens the door, and on the other side you see Zero, Garland, and Francesca, and Garland says, "Would you care to explain to me why the Phoenix is as close as she is to my granddaughter?" As you can very, very clearly see his grip firmly grasping his weapon.
Henry remembers that Diablo and Erlen were having drinks, and while he was contacting him, and he said, "Fuck, Diablo."
Like, right. About that. Just
What do you want?
celebrating our new friendship. Yeah, that's it. Just
And was out of the way with her.
Oh,
Right.
oh, charisma save you, don't I?
I should have warned you earlier that Garland wanted to have a moment with his granddaughter. Don't worry, he's not drunk. He's just very overprotective.
Oh, I don't blame him.
And I purposely chose not to tell you because I want to see you freak out a little bit.
Mm. Sounds about right.
And Zero
I
speaks
literally.
up.
Oh, okay.
No, say what you were gonna say.
I was literally gonna like tap her in the shoulder and tap Dreyva on the shoulder, and I'm like, well, good talk, good talk. I'm glad that we're all getting along now. And I just walk by.
The three enter the room. Garland kind of half side eyes you as he walks over to Dreyva, and he looks at Osiris and he says, "Well, you are not the same manner of Phoenix where I come from. Something about you has changed within a very short amount of time. Whatever it may be, as long as it keeps my granddaughter out of harm's way, I will attempt to trust you. But, and I will make this very, very clear, if for whatever reason she is harmed as a result of your actions," and as he says this, black and red electricity is pouring out from under his armor, and you can see his weapon begin to visibly change form. He says, "If anything happens to her, I will send you back to whence you came all by myself."
Who was he saying this to? Yashua?
Osiris.
Uh,
And Osiris matches his energy. And he says, "By all means, you're welcome to try, you old decrepit war soul." And
I see
Dreyva,
like sparks flying
Henry
between the two.
Carter is saying now that a cockfight with a giant metal armor. Jeez.
Dreyva stands between them to get them to chill out. But after Henry said what he said, within 2 seconds, the tip of Garland's sword is now impaled into the wall right next to Henry's head, as you see it in its broken up chain link state. And Osiris has a purple orb in her hand ready to fire it at you.
Harry's just like wide-eyed and said, "Help me out."
I just shrug at the two.
Nah, you're
You're this one. Fuck you.
Like, yeah, agreed. You're on your own. Remember about boundaries? Yeah, you should learn when not to overstep as well.
yeah,
I get that you're friend, but you're telling that to the wrong motherfucker.
So, how are you, big guy? I just knock on his torso.
I feel socially invigorated after having quite the long chat with my dear friend Diablos, as it has been several years, multiple thousands of years, too many, since we all, oh, I say we all, but there's one more of us that's missing, had a chance to have a conversation, and it was nice catching up on the things we've missed out on. And
Henry asks, "Who is the other one?"
you
Sure you wanna know?
Yes.
Yep.
Positive you wanna know.
Yeah.
It clicks in the back of my head. Oh no. I ask him, is it chaos?
No, absolutely not.
No friends.
No, not new friends because they are dead.
Oh dear.
Permanently dead.
Who are they then?
Their name was Tyrion. She was a demon dragon experimental hybrid that back in Garland's and I's heyday, we broke her out of the lab that she was being experimented on, and we more or less took her up on our own. Not in the manner of raising her like a child, but in the manner of freeing a bird from the cage. And let's just say that we caused quite a bit of shit before Shinryu came to be. And when Shinryu struck, we were all split off in different areas of the world. And we the time when we were finally able to reunite as a trio, since Tyrion and I have been tag teaming everything that came our way. When I was sealed for the second time because of my brother's actions, and Tyrion was left to fend for herself again, she managed to unseal me, and we made a pact similar to how Henry and I have. And then we found Garland at the edge of his sanity, his comrades gone, his best friend, war partner, succumbed to illness and gone. And he was chasing after the gods, left and right, bringing them to their knees. But it wasn't until we all met under unfortunate circumstances and he was unable to tell friend from foe clearly due to the despair muddling his mind and clouding his judgment, that the three of us had no choice but to fight and fight and fight. Our battle lasted, I'd say, about 200 or so consecutive days, upon which we all succumbed to our injuries, though I wasn't suffering nearly as much as Tyrion was. And because of the laws of this world, because she had already died once, when the candle of her life expired, the last thing she said to the both of us is Garland reclaimed his sanity in his physical dying breath, that she was happy to have lived her life the way that she did, and that she forgave Garland. And then when she returned to the ether, and Garland began to return to the ether, I was the only living, both physical and spiritual, out of the three of us. And my friend here bade me carry on his memory and his legacy, for it was expected that we would not have been able to meet again. But as fate hath declared it, we were both proven wrong.
Henry's thinking. Doesn't that mean there's a way for her to still be around?
No. I have tried, and I have tried, and because of the laws of this world, this dimension, rather, there is no bringing her back. And there is nothing that we can do about it.
Nothing you guys can do about it. Harry just thinks to himself.
Henry,
I know that look.
stop it.
Henry, whatever you're thinking, don't.
I know exactly what you're thinking about, and it will not be suffered to happen.
I'm pretty sure the three of us here will smite you the moment you even try. Including me.
Thinking I'm going to use Diablo's powers to do it? No. We have the other person we know. Henry looks at Joshua.
What are you...
The big man.
I'm so lost.
You... You mean to tell me that you intend to ask Cora for assistance in this matter.
Cora
Yeah.
wouldn't even agree to it.
You never know.
I know exactly.
Have you asked him?
He'll say no and send you to his lovely pair of sisters.
Trust me, you are way, way better off not asking him to do that. Because the amount of times that he has overstepped his boundaries as his role, doing something like that would get him caught immediately. And as a result of that, everything else that he's done will also be brought to light. So unless you want to play the erase your existence game, don't.
Henry still smirks. I'll find a way.
Dude, come on. He's already taken a huge risk just to bring us here.
No. I have a plan, and it's not going to happen now. It's going to happen later down the line.
Osiris speaks up. It is as the demon says. You are way better off not attempting to put whatever goes on in that thoughtless, empty head of yours into practice, lest you want to be permanently erased and made to suffer a fate worse than hell. Pandemonium.
Henry looks at her. I don't want to hear that from the necro chicken.
So
Why does a
Right.
phoenix become a necro?
shut up. I clap my hands just to change topics. Okay, we need to get back on track here.
Henry's scheming ideas.
Zero speaks up. So, if we're all done talking about messing with spirits and resurrection and all that arcane mumbo jumbo, so about your next mission, going to get some evidence or anything that'll help you out in your trial.
Right.
I think we have all the evidence in this room.
That's what I was thinking about earlier. Are we gonna do asset denial or search and destroy? Because there's very little we could carry.
Can we just bring everybody in this room into the trial room? I'm pretty sure they'll shit bricks at that point and just give up.
I think they'll try to execute everyone here.
They most certainly will. Francesca speaks up. It is heavily not a good idea to bring any of these three with you. Granted, I had a chance to speak to Diablos, and I'm fully aware that he is, in this present state, an illusion being maintained by Henry. As for Garland, who chooses to come out whenever he pleases, as much of a potential asset that would be, he has no stake in this. Therefore, he wouldn't help at all.
I hate to say it,
Granddaughter's life.
I hate to say it, but he's too big of a risk. No offense, big guy. As I knock in his armor again.
None taken, young one. I am fully aware of the lack of stake that I have in this scenario.
So
And Francesca,
Henry looks at Garland and says, "So your granddaughter's life is not at stake?"
that is not what I meant, child.
Oh, he's lesser than a child. You can call him an insect.
Henry goes to the corner, starts crying. Insect.
Since you require such an explanation, what I meant was, even if I was brought on upon as a witness, what could I say that you lot already may or may not have said? Additionally, I have not physically interacted with anything that has taken place thus far. So at that point, I, as a witness, wouldn't even be admitted.
Wouldn't even be admitted. It's just flat out a bad idea.
Hmm.
I
So
may
what are we
have an
going to do?
unyielding thirst for combat, war, and strife, but I am not blind to the many methods that are politics and trials. And then Francesca points at Osiris and says, even with our Phoenix friend being on trial, if you were to all give your testimonies alongside her as a collective group, it will likely be thrown out on the spot as it will be assumed that you all have collaborated to share the same story, as each of you will be brought to trial one at a time.
Hmm.
We would be instantly incriminated, yeah. There's another thing that's been bothering me. Actually, Yasha is you see him fold his arms and think after he says that, and then he says, "Never mind. I'm over. I'm overthinking."
Well, while you guys do that, I've sent some location data to tombstones, and because time is on the shorter side, this operation is going to have to commence at the crack of dawn come tomorrow morning. And there's quite a bit of ground cover, so I'm not saying that you need to head out immediately, but when it's time to take off and get some shit done and get whatever information that you can find out there, you're gonna have to be quick. You're gonna have to be very concise and meticulous with what you do.
Henry remembers he has that special order that he requested from Cuban just for this mission.
Okay, we're gonna have to be very discreet.
Now
The
then,
crack of dawn, 5 in the morning. Sounds good to me.
with all of that established, Francesca takes a step forward with a bit of lightning crackling around her body. Would anyone care to inform me what all the ruckus going on in my office was? And she says that with her eyes closed. And when she opens her eyes, all you see is lightning crackling forth from them.
Henry walks up, knowing full well what she could do, and just tells her, like how he's always told her while he was with her, it's a friendship issue.
I scratch in the back of my head. Yeah, we had a little bit of a debate. A small scuffle, if you will.
Well, the
We try
next
not to take down the whole building.
the next time you have one of those, don't do it in my office. Thank you.
Yeah,
Henry looks at Osiris.
I look at Osiris. Yeah, sorry.
And Osiris looks at the both of you with her trademark I don't give a damn expression. Just empty.
Damn chicken.
Yeah, for real. Next time I'll bring sriracha sauce.
So I take it that everyone is done here, and we can all
Yes.
resume having a spot of fun before we all have to get back to work in the morning.
Henry says he has to go do something quick at Cuban's shop.
Okay.
While you do that, I'm gonna
I
go.
just get Igni to go run the errand for me.
She doesn't know where that is.
Igni!
Well, you go do your errand. I'm gonna go perform some
I'm going to
maintenance.
Cuban's shop. Don't you need bullets or stuff in case stuff goes south?
I don't think he restocked in half a day.
Yeah, he's got a point there.
I just need that one spell.
You could go by yourself. No one's gonna run you over.
Oh,
You
right.
trust me by myself?
Before you all leave, I take it you all now know that Dreyva is what she is?
Henry looks at her. You
I
do
look,
too!
I look at her. I'm like, man, the women here have some really keen senses.
Oh, come now, lads. Anyone with a bit of... Actually,
Common
no,
sense.
because most people don't research species and mystical backgrounds the same way that I do. But, amidst all that, I knew the moment I laid eyes on her. I saw her fangs when she spoke.
I just sigh and I'm like, listen, I knew she wasn't human, but I didn't know she was a vampire, and I didn't bother questioning her since it's her business, not mine. And I was hoping for her to tell me the truth eventually.
While you guys are still talking, Henry walks out with Igni to show her the way.
Well,
Anyways.
Yashua, I, as a woman, commend you on your actions because not all women have to tell their secrets now, do they?
Well, yeah, I grew up with a lot of sisters, so yeah, I understand that.
And while we are on the subject of secrets, Osiris, you mind coming with me for a moment? Whatever you want, I
Well,
don't care.
while that's happening, I start fanning myself with the phoenix feathers that I plucked from her. You behave now.
Osiris notices that you have those and says, "Give those back."
Ah 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 ah. You reap what you sow. This is my little reward for keeping you alive. Now, wrong along now. And if I hear you misbehaving, I'ma pluck more feathers. Do I make myself clear?
You can't pluck my feathers in my human form.
I just wink at her.
What is that supposed to insinuate?
That's the point. It makes her think now. What is he gonna pluck off?
I'm just making her think now.
Right? So we're gonna move over to Cuban's shop. A very quick moment.
Let me delete this because I'm not here. Unless somehow Henry teleports me in a moment's notice.
No. I asked you if you wanted to come. You said no. So now you can walk.
Oh no, I'm fine. I'm just doing me.
So Henry and Igni are just walking, and
I
Henry's
see
telling all the stories of things that happen on the streets here.
I see two Henrys
That Henry's dead.
destroyed.
That was just a mirage of Henry's past, of when he was talking to Igni.
That was when I was a weak human.
Before I got these powers, and I met you. So Henry knocks on Cuban's shop just in case anything's going on inside.
You knock. You get no response, but you do see that the lights are on. You don't see Cuban anywhere through the window.
And he goes inside with Igni. And screams, "Hey, QB, where are you?"
QB.
Yeah.
You call out to
Okay.
him, but you get no response.
I go up to the counter. And is there a bell or anything? Do I have to inspect?
There is a bell, but when you approach the counter, you see that it's been a little damaged.
Uh-oh. Signs of struggle.
Oh no. Henry jumps over the counter with Igni and start investigating the back of the shop.
Please roll investigation.
Oh no, Cuban, no! Investigation.
Ooh, nice. Almost rolled a 20.
Okay. So, with your investigation roll, you take heed of the fact that there is very obvious signs of a fight that has taken place. You see splintered off wood. You see a few magical burns, some broken glass, a little splotches of splattered blood here and there. And then you notice a key on the ground.
I don't feel safe. I'm going into a Demon Slayer situation here. No!
No, trust me, it's not going to be like that train wreck of a campaign, I promise.
Henry picks up the key, investigates it. Hmm. Do I have to? Do I see anywhere I could put this key from that investigation?
Yeah, after you have the key in hand, you take another look around and you find a door that has been very obviously damaged.
Okay, before I go any further in, I'm going to cast Bubble on myself. Just in case. This doesn't look good.
Alright.
Oh, I open the door with the key, but I don't say anything out loud because I don't want to shock any, or just in case anybody's there.
Right, right.
And I slowly open up the door just so I could hear what's happening inside.
All right.
Do I have to roll something for listening in?
That would be perception. You can hear sounds of a ongoing battle further down the stairs.
Okay. I'm going to go down the stairs very quietly, though. So, stealth.
Yep.
Oh no, my luck, I'm going to trip down the stairs. Oh, okay. Whew.
Okay. So you sneak and skulk about as quietly as you can, and the closer that you get, the more the combat sounds get get to be louder and louder and louder until you come across another door, and you can hear muffled shouting and swords, and
Oh no, this is trap.
it sounds as if someone has their back to the wall, while at the same time you can most certainly hear Cuban's voice, but he is sounding real cocky.
Okay. Uh, can I? Is this door locked in front?
At first glance, it appears to be locked.
Hmm. Can I get Igni to melt the lock?
Yeah. Um, roll persuasion to communicate that to her.
Oh god.
I'm surprised you haven't like called anyone for reinforcements.
I don't need no help. I'm a strong, independent man that needs no one.
That needs no demon.
Okay. Let's say that it it takes some time for her to understand exactly what you're getting at, but with a concerned huff, she begins the process of melting that lockdown.
While she's doing that, I cast illusion with another rat with dark smoke in it.
Okay, let me find what I did with my rat icon.
Okay, we don't need a rat icon. It's fine.
You sure?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. So before long, the lock has been melted off, and The moment you are through the door, you hear Cuban say, ha ha, if only I knew my competitors with this level of pussy, I would have taken you guys out the game a long, long time ago.
What?
Oh yeah! We got a shot, man!
What did I just come back to? What the hell?
We got a shop.
Where's our boy Cuban at?
Right here. Now I'll make him bigger.
So I enter from there.
Yep.
Now I need a rat.
Alright, let me find it. Hold on.
Or anything. Just do any animal. I understand that it's a rat. It's fine. Oh, fuck. What did I step into?
Oh, hey, Henry. What's up? How's it going?
Oh,
Fuck you, man!
What? I'm just having a business conversation with my competitors that are trying to kill me.
I can see that, buddy. See that.
So, let's say that we skip the idle chit-chat and forcefully remove them from the equation.
That sounds good.
As he finishes his sentence, you see him pull a very magnificent looking golden mithril axe from behind him. As
this song
the
slaps.
enemies in between you all don't really know how they're going to both take Cuban out of the game and deal with you at the same time. And on first glance, they look to be pretty piss weak.
Henry cracks his knuckles. He's like, oh, you guys got a bad day today.
They don't say anything in response to you, but the creatures that are accompanying you make their way towards you and
I'll cast another illusion spell. Since now this is combat.
okay.
And I will imbue it with... I'll do... Well, 3 more illusion spells for me to upgrade my illusion.
Okay. I'm gonna... Oh, are you making another rat?
Yeah.
Okay, let me move it down here so I can do this. That.
And both are set for any enemy that comes close will have those 2 explode on them.
Okay.
Let me see. There's a lady with a shotgun, some ghoulish imp, and a bug with 2 fire swords. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna just cast Aurora on those 3 guys. So 1 for each. 1. Ouch. Do I have to continue off the other 3, or?
Yeah, you're rolling 3 attacks.
Okay. 2 and 1 more. That lady in the middle's gone.
Oh no, they're all dead.
Ouch.
Yeah, they didn't have very much health.
Ouch.
Okay, so remove, and remove. Alright, so after you do that, Cuban is going to raise his axe high above his head, and he is going to slam it down on the ground with extreme force. As you see, smaller magical axes come forth from said shockwave as they fly out toward his would-be assailants. And both the shockwave and the smaller axes that spawn forth from said shockwave hit all of the enemies before him, as they aren't necessarily staggered to their feet, but they are knocked back just a bit.
Henry just smirks and says, "Good job, they're in firing range."
Yeah, we'll just make sure you don't burn down the basement. I kinda need this.
Don't worry. It'll be only a little fire. And Henry just smirks with a giant smirk.
The enemy with the crystal orb in their hand is going to begin to conjure a mixture of lightning and a water spell within said orb. The other hooded figures are going to do strange looking hand signs, and they are going to cast a dome of fire above their heads. That's not what I meant to do. So they are currently encased in a small dome of fire, as the rest of them inside begin to conjure up a spell of their own.
I think to myself right now, and I'm thinking that I should most likely probably should have went with Henry.
Henry just whispers to Diablo, "Get Joshua here, sneak attack."
Or you could just send me a text on a tombstone.
No. This is the fun one.
Okay.
I want you to teleport right inside the barrier where all the enemies are. Just scare the shit out of them.
Oh my god, are we really gonna do this?
Yes!
Alright.
Have Diablo send Yasha right in the middle of the enemies right here. Inside their barrier.
What the fuck have you gotten yourself into within 10 minutes?
Trouble. You know how trouble loves to
Is it
find its way.
the fun kind of trouble?
Yes. You want to see people shit their pants?
Alright, what do you want?
warp Joshua in the middle of their barrier over there.
Just Joshua?
And Dreyva.
Okay.
So right now, Dreyva and I are like having just, small chat. Sharing information about ourselves. And then we just get dropped in there. But will this happen the next turn?
Oh no, it's happening right now.
Oh shit, okay.
Dreyva speaks. Hey, whoa, what is happening right now? Where am I?
Like I was saying, I look around, and I have a glass of wine on my hand. I'm like, I look at Henry.
Henry's just smiling. Enemies! And pointing.
With my glass of wine in hand, I forcefully smash it on this guy's head. Move. Bar fight mode.
Okay. Wait, which one?
This guy here.
Okay. He staggers backwards just a bit after being suddenly smashed on the head.
Wait, hold on. I should have done something before that. Okay, let's turn that into a... Here we go.
A vital strike with a cup in hand.
Same thing. Yeah. Hit him on the head. Yeah. Give him a nice, friendly tap, and he staggers backwards.
This guy beside me.
It's funny because it's like I'm the guy who controls the RPG, and then when I get into a battle, the party comes up.
So, Cuban? People trying to kill you?
Well, long and annoying story short, some of my competitors don't really like the fact that I deal in the things that I deal in, and blah blah blah, business obstruction, blah blah blah, jealousy, blah blah blah, trying to take me out the game, blah blah blah, fake reports in the Markets Guild, blah blah blah. They sent some of their own here to take me out.
Ah, interesting. Well then, for future reference, if you have any complications with your competitors, if you need them removed from the equation, I'm your guy.
Henry at the door says, "Me too!"
I can't have a valuable asset and a good friend of mine simply return to the ether.
Yeah,
And I say this out loud so everyone here could hear me.
They also made the mistake of picking a fight with the wrong guy, simply because you see this axe of mine?
Yeah, it's shiny.
Let's just say that if I were to press a simple button, and I hit them with it, they won't be able to use magic for a short time.
Does that include us as well?
As long as you're not caught in a crossfire.
Fair enough, I just shrug. Anyways, you there. You look like the type of man that's not worth negotiating. Let me see. 1 action, 2 action, 3 action, 4 action, and a bullet to the knee.
Well, he's dead.
After doing that, I just crack my knuckles. Here. When I crack my knuckles, I'm gonna roll intimidation. I'm gonna scare the fuck out of these people. Is that alright?
Yeah, go ahead. You crack your knuckles, and they are intimidated to such a degree that to them it sounds like your knuckle cracking echoed all throughout the basement. As for Dreyva,
I was gonna ask Dreyva something. You
go
think
ahead.
any of these? You think any of these guys are worth sipping off?
Too early, bro. Too early.
I'm curious.
I can tell that by the way they carry themselves. They don't look like they would taste very good. Nor do they look like they keep up with their own personal hygiene.
Ooh, heartbreaking, isn't that? I'm just finding any opportunity to roast the enemy right now. You hear that? You're not worth the drink.
Not so much heartbreaking as it would have been
Terrifying.
a waste of my time.
Oh dear.
And so, as a result, for not only being forcefully dragged here by Henry and having my peaceful evening interrupted again,
Hold on to your hats.
Oh god.
I think I'm going to blow you all away. And as she says that, she doesn't even bother taking her staff out of her hands, as she just snaps her fingers repeatedly, and the wind spells just come out and knock them all over the place.
Hey, I like your style. Similar to mine.
And with having done that, they are, with the exception of the one with the crystal orb, they are dead.
Is he mine? I want to kill him.
I mean, it's your combat turn again anyway, so.
How big is the enemy? Is he short or is he just floating with the crystal orb?
Let's say he's slightly above average height.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I cast another illusion. Another rat.
I say this to the enemy. I'm on like, I don't think that crystal ball is gonna save you from that demon over there. And my thumb is pointing at Henry behind me.
And I'll infuse it with Blizzard. And I'll flank all the rats at them with the Rogue Aurora. So they all explode on him.
Did you just make rat missiles?
Yes!
Kind of reminds me of Gears of War. You know, tickers that run up to you and explode?
Yeah.
I just fling the rats at
Alright, well, you do that, And the rats go flying at him one at a time, and every time they make contact, the spell that you imbue into them also goes off at the same time.
Oh, first of all, smoke screen, then a rogue, then blizzard.
And after being pelted by those back to back, once the third rat missile makes contact with them, he falls to the ground, his crystal orb breaks, and he is dead.
Henry just pats Igony. Good girl.
And with that, the battle has been won.
2 more illusion spells.
Man, we were in the middle of a good conversation too.
Yeah, well, it's Dreyva. Yeah, well, sometimes, even when you don't want to be found by trouble, trouble finds you.
Oh yeah.
Looking at
I like
you,
Henry
Henry.
finds trouble.
Oh yeah, trouble does find Henry, of course. I just
Hey, it wasn't my fault this time. Cuban was in trouble.
yeah, I can't fault you for that. Helping out a friend. I go over here where the dead guy is and I pick up the broken crystal ball. Out of just curiosity.
Okay, that's cool. Alright, so, with that having been taken care of, Cuban thanks you all for the assistance, and he pulls out a scroll from his inner jacket pocket, and he says, I was on my way to hand deliver this to you.
Ooh,
And
hand deliver. Best customer
those,
service.
well, what used to be my competitors got in the way. I had, be honest, I was pissing around with them for like the last half hour, just to see if they could actually do something, which, to no shock of mine, they couldn't.
This isn't gonna get you into further trouble, is it?
Oh no. See, we have a thing in the Markets Guild, you see. And the very first rule of it is that should you choose to interfere with another business on the marketplace, you incur the wrath of whoever you piss off if they manage to live through it.
Ah,
So, I'm not in any trouble,
They aren't.
but the rest of them, don't be surprised if you happen to hear a news story about a few dozen buildings suddenly no longer standing.
oh, demolition work. Is that another hobby of yours?
Fancy hammer.
Nah, I wouldn't say it a hobby. I'd say it a necessity.
Ah, you're full of surprises, aren't you?
I can be. Sometimes.
Speaking of surprises, I look at the guns over here. Wow.
Uh,
Hello,
don't
ladies.
don't get your hopes up there, buddy.
Oh, come on. I just wanted to say hi.
No, I'm telling you, don't get your hopes up because they're just displays.
Oh, they're not functional?
No.
I'm pretty sure you wanted that RPG there.
I wanted this, whatever that is.
That's an RPG.
Aw. My heart aches ever so as I put down the extremely lightweight paperweight display model. Wait a sec. Display models. Do you have actual models?
Not here in this building.
Hmm.
Henry picks that up and says, "You have other buildings?"
My cousin has another building.
There's a Cuban family line.
Yeah, as you've come to realize, I mostly sell spells and magically infused bullets. Anything
Mm.
involving heavy artillery, that's her job, not mine.
Her.
Female Cuban.
And who is her?
My cousin Kaya.
If you don't mind, I would like to see this Kaya, because I do really need to update my arsenal.
Is that a serious comment, or do you just want to hit on my cousin?
Oh no, I seriously need a bigger arsenal. Your cousin is just a bonus.
Oh, hit him with that axe.
I'm kidding, I would never.
Eh, I don't care.
I just shrug at the comment.
I'll I'll tell her to be expecting some people within the near future.
Awesome.
Anyway, here's that spell you ordered there, friend. Now, what exactly do you need this for?
Secrets.
Nah, we could tell him. It's fine.
Just think, you saw how I use my missile rats, right? Think of detection rat.
Ah, so that must mean you're going somewhere pretty dangerous, right?
Yeah, something like that. Think of it as a sonar. Wait, do you guys know what a sonar is, right?
Of course I know what a sonar is.
Oh, okay, just making sure.
Well, regardless of what you do, as long as you come back alive and spend more money at my place, I don't really care.
Ah, good. Because depending how this operation goes, we might have to we might bring some goodies back. We'll bring you a souvenir.
As long as it's magical.
Ah, magical, right?
Well, since my job is done, I'm gonna have to kick you all out while I clean up the place.
You don't need help for the cleanup?
I have a very, very specific and meticulous way I like to clean my shop.
Oh, because I could easily disintegrate the bodies if you need me to.
Again, I have a very, very specific and meticulous way I like to clean my shop.
All right, fair enough. I just shrug. Like I shrug and like put my hands up like, yeah, fair enough. I'll see myself out. I glance at the table of weapons. Such a shame.
Henry takes Igni and walks out.
You guys are starting to know a little bit about Yasha that he cares more about weapons than women.
Weapon sexual, if you will.
Tech sexual. Yeah. Tech sexual, yeah.
Alright.
He ignores women's advances and is just interested in their tech.
So,
Detect.
you all leave from the basement and come out back to the front of the store, and you take notice that it is very, very late into the night.
How late is it?
It is 12:45.
Damn. We should get back to the hotel and catch some Z's, because we gotta wake up early in the morning to start moving.
Henry's just looking at the scroll and reading it. Uh-huh.
Right. I ask the pixie to escort him safely.
She nods in agreement.
While you guys get some R&R, I would do my mischievous things. When I say things, it's just Yasha's gonna wander around the city until it's time for the operation. He doesn't need to sleep.
Freaking robot.
Okay.
No, he just has a higher endurance compared to everyone else.
Oh no, I'm going to sleep again. This is going to go to war.
This guy's gonna go to sleep, and well, I'm gonna go around the city, find some punks, and just school them.
Okay. So, I will offer you this, if that is all that you wish to do for this scene.
Wait, offer what? What did you?
No. I'm saying as the if that is all you wish to do for this scene, and there's nothing else specific or in mind that you wish to take care of, I will proceed things along to the next day.
All right. Yep. Let go.
Doesn't what happened with Frida and all that happen now that we're going to sleep?
If you want it to happen, but that will take up time.
Do you want to do that for today and finish that off?
Finish what off?
The Frida and who was the other guy? Fight.
Oh yeah, we should definitely do that.
So we could get our class upgrades.
All right.
Mine and Dreyva's.
Sounds like a plan. Let's do that.
Alrighty.
Are you going to hop in and help us out?
I'm just gonna watch.
Oh,
Remember, he's not allowed to help you guys.
Remember, Ifrita said that if I try to help, she'll disintegrate me.
okay. Got my armor now.
I'll be fine. Your golem's there.
I
Don't
know.
forget.
Quadcasting. It's a great thing.
Okay, so... yeah, okay, we can do that. Alright, so... you all choose to retire to your hotel rooms for the night. And as you are whisked away into the land of slumber...
The land of Z's.
per the thoughts of wanting to finish your battle, well, your trial with Ifrita, you find yourselves being whisked back to the astral plane, back to the exact moment that you were in as you were fighting.
There's the boxer bee! Let's go!
And you see Ifrita towering over you in the same manner, and she says, "Ah, welcome back. Been a while, took you long enough."
I look at my after image for a moment and I'm like, wow, I really am good looking. And then it just disappears.
Henry just smiles. I got a few tricks.
Tricks, schmicks, I don't care.
I chime in. I think you should. He may be a loaf, but he's a lot smarter than he looks. On a good day.
Oh, I'm sure he is. So, Let's say we get the show back on the road, huh? I do believe when we last had this fight, it was Henry's turn.
Henry just smiles.
I don't remember, but yeah, let Henry have the first turn.
Henry just says, "Can you give me a second?" And he tells Igni to go sit beside Yashua so she doesn't get hurt.
Frida now says, "Oh, you got a cute little pixie. Oh, she's adorable."
Igni just hops like,
A little angsty though. I pick up Igni and I place her on my shoulder here. You should have a better view at this.
She just
Okay.
she flies down from your shoulder and sits on your lap. Okay, let's see. Am I able to dual cast illusion or no?
If I let you dual cast illusions, you won't be
Level
able to
up my
attach
illusion.
things to them.
I just want to level it up because then I'll be level 1 if I dual cast it. That's all the reason. I need to cast. Okay, I'll just cast it twice in this fight anyway. So I'll use illusion once and imbue it with. Blizzard.
Alright.
Do I get another battling boxing bee?
Oh, do you want another bee?
Yes.
Okay.
I want another battling
I have a
boxer.
Let
question.
me replace the rat.
Is Blizzard different from Blizzara?
What do you mean?
Oh, that's a class skill, not Lazara.
No, wait. You mean like Blizzard is Ice 1 and Blizzara is Ice 2, if that's what you were getting at.
Yeah, okay.
Lazara already?
Yeah, I have Blizzara.
Yeah, that's the weaker form of it.
No, Blizzara is level 2.
Yeah, mine is the weaker form of it.
Ah, okay.
Let's see. I'll use Ruin. Right? Yeah, Ruin.
Alright.
That's a class skill, right?
Yep.
Damn it. I was gonna learn that.
I have 2 more, right?
Yep.
Oh no, 3 more, because that's connected into the illusion. Third. I'm just gonna fling Blizzard and then 1 more Ruin. There.
Okay, let me add all that up.
And those are all dual casted.
Alright.
And quad casted because my golem.
I forgot that Dreyva was helping you too.
Yeah, because she's getting her class. We're both trying to become sorcerers from this. So it's 1/2 and then 1/4 because my golem does the 1/4 versions of them.
Right.
So I do. So that.
So your attack rolls come out to
A lot.
1,196 plus an additional 598. So you're at 1,794, and then a fourth of that from your golem adds another 449 points of damage, coming out to a grand total of 2,243.
Nice.
I get 200 for 2,243. So 224. 224. Where's my limit break?
Oh, Mayor. How do you think these two are gonna fare?
Well, if I will be honest for a moment, given that Ifrita has yet to pull out all of the stops, I'd fear that I have a pretty decent opportunity of success, though should her enjoyment of the situation that she has been asked to watch over grow any higher, that chance may or may not diminish.
Right. Well, I just hope things don't get too dangerous. I don't want to step in.
No, by law of the trial, even if you were to step in, you wouldn't be able to leave the spot, as you are not attempting to attain the same amount of power that they are.
No, I just don't want them to die.
Oh, no, they can't die here. They would become spiritually unconscious, but they can't die here.
Spiritually unconscious? That sounds dangerous.
Oh, it is very bad.
Huh. Well then, Ifrita, don't hold back.
Agni is just swinging her legs on Joshua.
Like enjoying the show.
Yep.
As it is now Dreyva's turn, she recollects that there were some butterflies that needed to be dealt with, and she remembers that when she moves, they move, so she takes this opportunity to use arrow barrage on the butterflies surrounding her before using the rest of her turns to use air crash several times over, 4 times, upon Ifrita.
Oh yeah, now we can make her prone, can't we?
Do you remember how big Ifrita is?
Go for her ankles!
Go for the ankles.
Go for the Achilles heel!
Aim for the knees.
So, the butterflies have seemingly been dealt with for a time as they've sunken down, they've landed on the surface of the water. As for the air crash actions, Dreyva is maneuvering around Ifrita almost like she has become a very annoying flying object. And when she begins to fly away from her, Ifrita reaches out and grabs her by the ankle. She says, you're not just gonna fly around me and think you're gonna get away with it now, are you, sweetheart?
There goes my bee smacking her in the face. I told the bees whenever somebody gets touched, they get slammed into her face.
Right? So let me add Dreyva's air crash damage really quick.
Protection bee boxers. Wait till they get animated and can do their own shit. I want to give them like their own selves, their own personality.
What element did you put on the bees again?
They're both blizzard.
Right. Do you want me to use the blizzard roll from earlier as their damage?
That's fine, yeah.
Aye. Okay, so in combination with Dreyva's air crash attacks, when the bees make a beeline towards Frida, the combined damage total comes out to 3,194. So now Frida has 20,009 HP remaining. Though she still does have her grip on Dreyva. And she is going to say, well, seems you two have adapted and learned quite a bit since our previous battle. And I find it very, very adorable how you all have decided to switch up tactics and whatnot. Additionally, and Frida brings Dreyva a little bit closer to her, I can see that little problem of yours has been dealt with, hasn't it, sweetheart?
Dreyva, bite her!
Dreyva is trying to break free of her grasp by igniting the thrusters more and more with the flight mode activated, but she's not really breaking free of Frida's grasp.
Whistle at Dreyva and say, instead of a hammer, use a scalpel. Her fingers have joints. Aim for those.
I want to know what happens if Dreyva drinks her blood.
Dreyva says in response, do you see how big her fingers are compared to my entire body?
Don't question it. Try it. And I wink at her.
Anyway, ignoring that, yeah, my little problem was dealt with by Osiris. You mean to tell me you fought and lived through a fight with Osiris? The crazy phoenix bitch?
Yeah, the necro chicken.
Hey, that's disrespectful.
Damn.
Even though she's a divine beast, she's also technically, if you really want to stretch it, an Esper. And I'm an Esper, so watch your mouth.
Oh, wow. I didn't know she was an Esper.
Like I said, a very strained technically. Because all manner of divine beings are also subclasses of Espers.
So she's a fire Esper. You're a fire. I wonder who burns hotter.
Oh, I do. Have you seen me? Come on.
I mean, I just shrug. I don't know.
Henry just says, clearly in the looks department you'd burn hotter.
At least he gets it.
Oh, I will not argue with that. I'm talking temperature-wise.
Igni gets angry at my remark.
At least it's... why am I getting distracted? Anyway. So if Frida is
I'm gonna pat Igni.
going to simply just flick Dreyva on the forehead and send her flying halfway across the arena.
Can I grab her?
Holy shit.
You're going to need a really high dexterity roll for that. So you miss.
Well,
I
bye, Dreyva!
As for Ifrita's next action, I'm not gonna remove them from the. Wait, don't I have these? Okay, yeah, I am.
Oh, that looked like it hurt.
Yeah, because once Dreyva regains her balance in the air, she is very clearly bleeding from her forehead. That reflect properly? Okay, I'm gonna make her icon just a bit bigger so I can see her HP easier.
Yep.
Yeah, she got flicked hard. And then with Frida's next action, she's gonna casually saunter her way over to Henry and Golem. She's going to look at the Golem.
Oh no.
She's going to reel her left leg back. And she is going to kick the Golem like it's a soccer ball.
He's dead.
Oh yeah, he is shattered.
Oh, that one's the one you could control, not my golem. So you have to delete that one.
Yeah, I got it.
Henry just looks at her, Frida.
So, about those little tricks that you learned. She's going to summon a pillar of fire under your feet and bring you up to eye level to where she is. And she's going to reel back her right fist and she's gonna say, "You better put it to good use, because now I'm going to make this all the more difficult for you."
Since she says that, I say, "Oh, so you have to use your fist because your fire's not so hot, is it?"
Bruh.
About that, my friend.
Yashua just whistles at that comment.
As she is reeling her fist back, she is releasing fire from her hand and coating her hand in said fire.
Oh no. Oh no.
Ooh, what level is that?
That is, I believe,
Third level.
Level 4 fire.
Okay. If it's level... Alright, I'm gonna... Hold on, let me do something. I know I won't learn it right away, I just have to see it a few more times for it to learn it.
Correct.
And we're like, woo, pretty fire. Damn. So I have to see that, what, like 5 more times? 4 more times? I gotta keep track of that.
You would need to see that. Excuse me. I believe you need to see that 4 more times. Let me consult my notes really quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna write this down quickly. Fire.
No, you
Fire
need to see
Raja.
it 3 more times.
Okay. Fire Raja. 1 out of 3. Okay.
Except
Was writing that down quickly.
3, 4. Okay. So for her last action, she is going to turn to you and use her tail to smack you towards this cliff over here. And I will roll normal attack for that.
How much damage is he taking from the fire and the... No oh my god, you rolled a fucking nat. Oh shit. You high rolled that fireball.
Henry is admittedly getting a little beat up from all this, but due to his custom fire armor, it's alleviating the damage. Not by much, but it is alleviating a lot of the damage he's taking. Oh, and it goes without saying, this is special fire, so he's still taking fire damage and all that.
Oh yeah, of course.
So how much did I take from that?
So from the Firaja infused punch, you are taking. Let me make sure my math is right, because I don't want to give you the wrong number. The damage roll before your defense and all that is applied comes out to 1,353 damage.
1,153?
Yep. Now,
And minus 361 defense.
comes out to 992.
192, and I have bubble up, so. 952, right?
992, and then if we include your armor percentage bonus, it is being reduced by another 119 points, so the total damage you are taking is 873.
4,452. Do I heal anything from my fire armor?
You heal for 50 points of HP. The bubble does not gain that health, you gain that health.
I'm at 3,479 on my bubble. Okay.
So now, following regular turn order again, because Ifrita is faster than both of you,
What's their speed?
190.
Oh, jeez.
It will be her turn, then it will be Dreyva's turn, and then your turn. Bring your sheet back up.
Running to the washroom quick.
Say that again? Oh, I think he got up. That's cool. We'll wait. be wrapping this one up pretty soon.
I asked the little pixie a question, and I'm like, "You don't mind if he dies, do you?"
She gives you an expression that reads kinda, sorta, but not really.
I put like my finger on her head. I'm like, "You'll get used to him."
Back?
Yep, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Alright. Alrighty. So Frida is going to call forth that fire sword of hers again. And she is going to rush right on over to Henry. She is going to strike Henry twice. Or Henry's and his bubble twice. And then she's going to move from Henry to Dreyva. And she's going to strike her twice. Uh-oh. Oh, that's a crit on Dreyva. And then...
Oh shit.
She is going to move in a neutral position where she has her eyes on the both of you. Now, let me do the damage roll for Henry first, since he was attacked first. Okay, Henry, your damage roll comes out to 880. As for Dreyva,
$880 minus 361.
oh no, that was I did all the defense
Oh, you did?
checks and all that.
Okay, good. Okay. So 881.
No, it's just 880.
Oh, 880.
As for Dreyva, she is taking 1,432 points of damage.
Man, they're really having a hard time down there.
That is par for the course when you are engaged in a trial such as this against an Esper like Frida. Even though she is, believe it or not, still restraining herself.
Yeah, don't say that to them.
Well, Dreyva, after being hit in the manner that she has, she's not looking all that great. But she shakes off the pain that she is currently fighting off the urge to scream and writhe through, as she prepares to get a little more serious than what she has been at the moment. And she is going to fire off her arrow barrage attack. She's going to fire off Eroga, Zara, and Ruin. But I need to roll to see if those even hit in the first place. We'll steps. Alright, those attacks are indeed hitting. And I just noticed that she got a nat 1 on one of her attack rolls, so that sucks. So that one is doing half damage. And then with her final action in this given turn, she is going to use her limit break for the first time in a long time. And
Oh, no burst mode, vampire mode?
no.
Ah,
When Dreyva goes into burst mode, it will be very scene appropriate.
okay.
Cool.
It's just the same way y'all's were scene appropriate. Okay. So she's going to raise her staff high above her head. She is going to assume position of that. She is about to charge straight ahead towards Afrida, as her staff is not aimed in front of her, with a rainbow myriad of colors bouncing between each other and flowing inside the crystal on her staff, as she lets her limit break fly true and fly free. So now, I will add this together. Plus that, and then plus that.
I hold on to the pixie so she doesn't get blown away from the impacts.
Igni's just clapping her hands.
And as
Yeah,
the
you're having a
spells
good time, aren't you?
fly out towards Afrida with increased intensity, she braces herself as some of them hit a little harder than expected, and they move her back just a bit. And with all of that, Dreyva has dealt a grand total of 5,338 damage. And additionally, due to how limit breaks work, her actions have been reset to full capacity, and she is going to spend her entire set of extra actions healing both herself and Henry.
Good, I'm good. I have barriers still in. You can't heal the bubble.
She doesn't know that. She's never had the bubble spell casted upon her, nor does she know how it works.
I did cast it at the start of this fight with Frida on her.
Oh, that's right, you did. Did you specifically tell her how the spell works?
So,
Was that a no? You cut out a little bit.
no.
Okay. Well, in that case, to her, she's going to act as if she healed you, not knowing that it didn't really do anything. But at least she's back at full health. And Freya says, "Oh, wow, that was a little something there. Wasn't expecting that much from you. I'd almost say I'm impressed." Dreyva was going to say in response, "Well, you were taking this a little serious, so I figured I'd take it a little more serious."
My eyes are just sparkling at what I'm witnessing right now.
4, 9, 0. Two. Okay. Is it my turn now?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to cast Bubble on myself.
You resetting the bubble spell?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast it on Dreyva.
Okay. I'm gonna put the bubbles HP under her. I'll make it red. So, now that her bubble spell has been reset, she once again has 8,000 HP.
Oh, jeez. Created a monster. Three, two. Eight. Eight. Okay, then I'm going to cast Mana Charge.
Alright.
7. So I should be. And this is illusion number whatever, complete. So does that upgrade now?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Learn new tricks while fighting.
I believe you got one more action left.
Oh, I want the illusion skill.
Oh, you wanted me to give you the level 1 details?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, my
I'm going
bad.
to cast it. I'm going to use it right away.
So, when you cast your next illusion, you feel a mental change of sorts, as you now think that they can understand you besides this basic summoning. So now, as I type this out, with your level 1 illusion spell, you can now give them very basic commands such as go here, defend this position, attack over there, strike that enemy right in front of me. They have to be as basic as they can be, but they will follow those orders. And if you tell them to go strike something with either a physical or magical attack, it will be a fourth of your magic attack stat. Let me just type this out for you.
Do they get a health bar or anything?
They have a health bar of 50 points.
So they stay around now. They're annoyances.
Yes, unless they are dealt with accordingly, unless you order them to detonate or you do the rat missile thing again, they will linger around until they are attacked.
Is there a size limit on them too?
They can now be as tall as you,
Yes,
but they can be no taller than that.
that's fine enough for me. Now I can cast illusions of myself.
No, not yet.
Aww. Basically, I can only cast stick figures. That's my
Yeah.
side. Okay. Am I able to do Igni illusions size?
No, I have something else in store for that.
You and me have the same thought process, probably.
Oh, the base MP cost is increased to 300 though. And it still costs 250 per whatever you want to attach to them.
How many can I cast a turn?
You can cast up to now 3 at a time.
Level 1 or level 0s?
You can cast 3 level 0s at a time. You can cast 2 level 1s at a time.
2 level 1s. Ooh, let me write this down. Two. Level 1. Am I able to dual cast illusion spell or no?
Not yet. You can do that at illusion level 2 though.
Oh, okay. So I could dual cast illusions. That's cool. That look good?
Yep.
And now I go back to my level 0-1. But 3 a turn. Okay, so I'm gonna cast one level 1, a bigger bee, gloves, and both of them are going to be imbued with we'll do 2 cure spells. So if any of us get low, they'll rush and heal us.
I just comment on you doing them. I'm like, they're getting bigger and bigger, aren't they?
Just wait until I can make centipedes.
Oh, how fun.
Not detect the enemy!
Okay. I'll move them up here.
Actually, I got a better idea. Why don't you learn how to make a corpser? Those are gonna be fun to play around with. They're gonna terrify people, yeah.
So does it cast 2 of them at the same time? Or separately?
Separately.
Okay. My army of bees.
Alright, you all set?
Yep, that's all I could do. I already casted max for the turn.
Alright. So, if Frida takes notice of all of the newer and slightly bigger illusions that have joined the fray, and she says, "You lot are continuing to impress me more and more as this battle rages on. So, I will take it upon myself to show you just how much I appreciate this from you all." And she is going to ignite her entire body and increase in size just a wee bit more.
Damn, how big is she now?
Oh god.
If she were to become any bigger, let's say that she would tower over the entirety of Solace Village. And if she were to approach Sterla City, she'd be very easily seen from pretty far away.
Damn. Do all espers grow that big?
They can, if they choose to let their power reign free in an unrestricted manner, the same way that Frida is slowly allowing herself to do. Because after doing that, her attack stat has significantly increased. And now it seems like she's not really holding back her punches anymore.
Henry just looks back at his bee bros and is like, I believe in you guys.
Let's say they let out a different pitch hum. I mean, not hum, buzz in response.
Like, we don't.
Okay.
Ooh, it's getting hotter in here by the second.
As the box are getting toasted.
And she opens her palms and she starts indiscriminately throwing Firajas at you, and then she uses her flame brand attack again.
Flame brand is...
That is a fire melee attack that only she can do. Okay. So let me bring my calculator
Okay.
back up.
That's...
Oh, did she neg 20 on one of those?
Yep. So what with that one flame brand attack is doing half damage.
She landed a successful 10 on one roll.
Okay. So she indiscriminately threw the Faraja attack in this general vicinity, and the radius is quite large, so both you and Dreyva were struck by that. But as for the rest of the melee attacks, those were flying straight in Henry's direction.
Oh.
Can I punch back?
You're not gonna punch back against a...
This is a massive woman with a massive sword of flame. You sure you want to swing back at that?
Yes.
Shit, I roll.
I'm getting hit either way, so let's still make it fun.
Yeah, you're right. Roll caliber. No, you don't have that here. Never mind. Roll athletics. Wow.
Yeah! It was worth it!
Okay, so you swing at her as she swings her sword, and your fist and her flame blade make contact with each other, and there's a very loud, magical sounding clang take place. And the shock from your fist making contact with her sword causes her to smirk in excitement and say, "Well done. That's the second time that's ever happened."
First.
Now, Henry, you will be taking, or rather, your bubble will be taking 3,210 points of damage.
Ooh, you're KO'd.
3,210?
Yep.
Oh, that's just my barrier. My health is the green one, Rick.
I don't see your health.
It's above my character. You guys
I
don't.
don't see your health.
Hang on. I know what the thing to toggle.
I have only 58 bubble shield.
Now do you see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Though I don't see his bubble shield, but I see his health.
The red is the bubble shield.
Hang on. There we go.
Yay! Woo!
Bubble shield. What spell was that? Just bubble?
Bubble, yeah.
I thought Bubble increased your HP and I gave you a shield.
It's a shield. Yeah, I keep it separated from the health pool.
Okay.
Yeah, it doubles your HP, but it is essentially a shield.
Yeah.
Okay, as for Dreyva, she will be taking...
Oh, how many times do I have to cast Illusion 1 to become Illusion 2?
50 times.
So 49 times?
Keep track of it.
Yeah. I do. It's under my flaws. That's 59.
Wait a minute. Is Illusion a spell that only he could use? I can't learn it from him?
Yep, that is a spell unique to him.
Okay.
Just like your Proto. It's unique.
Proto's not a spell, though. That's why I was asking.
It's not a spell, but it is a physical part of your being that was only for you. Can't have 101 illusions going on, because then I would lose track of stuff.
Yeah, that's fair.
Alright. So, Dreyva is going to act in a very, very reckless manner. She is going to use her flight to fly right up to Ifrita, and she is going to use Air Crash, Dragon, and Serpent Slice. And then just as she is about to perform another air crash, she stops and she asks her, out of curiosity, Ifrita, how long is this trial supposed to take place? Because, to be honest, we don't necessarily have a whole lot of time to spare, since we're about to go on what might be a pretty serious task at hand. And Frida says this fight was going to go on as long as I deem necessary until we decide to ask questions.
He's over here with his bees. Really?
So what exactly does that mean? And Frida says, oh, well, it's simple, really. You guys have actually succeeded about, well, in Astral time, about an hour ago.
Oh my!
I just wanted to see how much longer you had some fight in you.
Henry's just rubbing his head. You made me punch a sword for no reason.
It was fun. Come on.
Hell, even I was impressed, and you usually don't impress me at all.
Igni burns your leg for that comment.
Roll persuasion to tell her to do that.
Persuasion.
Okay, yep, She, leaves a little burn mark on you.
Not even his leg just gets warm because he's a robot.
Oh, I'm gonna punch him in the throat for that one.
Disrespectful.
Igni flies over to me. Such good Igni.
Heat sinks, I flip him off.
That's why I knew it was gonna hurt you.
Okay. So, Ifrita inhales and then exhales, and she eventually shrinks back down to her regular size, which is still quite large. I'll
I have to fight her again, right?
be clear about that. Say that again?
We're not going to fight her again?
Nope.
Okay, my bees go and heal her.
How big is Frida averagely?
She
Too big.
was. Trying to remember. She is about her regular height. I'll be clear. Her regular height is the size of a, what do they call those things? A two not a duplex. Let's just say her average height is the size of a 3-story house. Or I guess to use the map as representative, she is as tall as this tree over here.
Tree?
Yep. Which to say that
20 feet tall.
let's say 24.
Damn. She's big.
And Igni's 4 inches tall.
Then how the hell did she fit in the bar? Oh, she can make herself smaller, it's true.
Mm-hmm. And so, my friends, come closer. You have succeeded in more ways than I thought you would have. One, by impressing me, and two, managing to keep up with me in combat, even though I restricted myself as much as possible as to not accidentally spiritually incapacitate you. But with all that said, your trial and your ascension to power has been fulfilled. Now, if you don't mind me, she takes her hands, she raises her index finger on both hands, and she lightly taps you two in the chest, and you feel a small burning sensation taking place within you. You feel yourselves rising into the air against your will, and then that small burning feeling bursts forth from your body. And as you come down, you feel stronger. You feel different. You have a newfound sense of invigoration. And with that being said, Henry, congratulations. You have succeeded in your trial. And you are now a black wizard.
Clap.
And so, with that having taken place, you have also completed a pretty significant battle, might I add. And so I will, in case you've forgotten, let you know the additions you get with your class change. So, upon completion of this trial, you become a black wizard. You gain 250 magic attack points, and the bonus stats you gain from having rods or staves equipped is increased by 5%.
Holy shit. Damage.
So I got 550 magic attack. Plus the 5% increase. Which I have to go to my staff. Have I even gotten a new staff since the second one?
No, it has been a while since you received a completely new staff. But don't worry,
Been a while since we all received weapons. Yeah.
you'll get one soon. You will get one soon. Rest
5%
assured.
of 200.
And with that having taken place, as your bodies slowly begin to adjust to your newfound power, our scene and our story will come to an end, and that is session for today. You got 20 seconds to get your fake sponsorships out before I hit the stop recording button, fellas.
Buy gamer subs. I got
Right.
nothing to say. I'm finally getting my shipment of gamer subs like after 4 months. God damn it. Don't buy gamer subs, they take forever. Buy G Fuel.
Oh god.
Alright, and now we hit the button.